I was on the motorway, and 18 tonner hit me at 60 while I was stationary. I think it was £4.5 worth of work in them 3 days. I would say some of the pitfalls of canvassing is you don't know exactly what customer you're going to get.
Yeah.
She'll smash a £400 day, no problem.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Uncleanables Podcast. Today we are joined by Dan from Glisten. Dan is boasting 3 vans and 800 customers across South Essex. Dan, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome, lads.
2 Dans. I'm in a Dan sandwich.
Yeah, you're ideal, mate.
You'll have a good sandwich.
So today's podcast is going to be, we're going to lean towards how Dan built his round. So you're almost 100% canvassed, apart from like sort of your natural growth.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into like the pitfalls of canvassing, the advantages of canvassing. But to start with, Dan, from leaving school to now, talk us through how you ended up cleaning windows.
Well, I was doing A-levels, and my mate didn't do too well at school. He started window cleaning with someone. I was like, fuck it. So, I went off and left A-levels and started window cleaning with him, to be honest.
Mate, off the bat, straight away?
Yeah, straight off the bat. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
And was that the traditional
Yeah,
method
that was trad to start with. So, yeah, done it all. So I worked with that guy for, I don't know, 6 months, a year, something like that. And, then left there and started working with a bloke in Rayleigh. Might know him, actually. Reliable window cleaner.
Yeah,
Russ. So, yeah, nice bloke. So when I started working with him, he was trad and working out of a
Still
little car.
talk to him?
Occasionally, yeah.
I might have to put a little good word for us if we can get him on the podcast.
So, yeah, no, Russ is all good. He's part-time in Spain now, as far as I know, last time I spoke to him.
I think they're Hockley based. Like,
Yeah.
He's gaffy.
Yeah, he's gassed on Hockley on the main road. So, but he weren't big enough to have me full-time. So I worked with him, and I worked with another window cleaner in the afternoon as well. So
one of them in the morning, one of them in the afternoon.
yeah,
mate.
actually, I worked with Russ in the afternoon. I worked with the other guy in the morning.
A bit hectic.
Yeah, it was a bit.
How does that work then? Is Russ only afternoons or?
No. He just weren't big enough, but he wanted to grow, so he took me on because I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
And we grew quite well. But the other guy was he was your typical kind of beer window cleaner. He'll go out
in the pub by 1.
Yeah, he finished 12 o'clock and then went to the pub. So I went and worked with Russ in the afternoons.
How many beers would you have in a pub? Just out of curiosity.
Too many.
Mate, isn't it crazy?
Too
People
many.
out there doing this. There's a lot of them though.
That
isn't
was
there?
the normal though. Like,
Yeah.
That was a whole generation, I think,
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah, too many. It was called everyone called him El Tel. I'd love to know what happened to him. Like, it's got 20 plus years ago now.
so, yeah, just touching on that. How long have you been window cleaning?
So I did that. I worked with Russ. El Tel kind of gave it up in the end, and I worked with Russ more full time, and we grew that. He was taking on his sort of second, third van when I ended up leaving him. The reason I left actually was he was picking up a new van. We was in Birmingham on the way back and had a massive prang. I was on the motorway, and 18 tonner hit me at 60 while I was stationary. Like, I'll show you the pictures after. It was
Jesus Christ.
Mate, lucky
Yeah.
you're still here, aren't you?
Oh mate, like literally cuts and bruises.
Oh, lucky.
It was.
And was that in his new van?
I was in the old van. He was in the new van, like 2 vans in front. But he was an ex-copper, so like he was straight out. He was looking after me. There was like fire brigade on the.
Did he breathalyse
on the
you?
bridge? No. He probably would have done. So, but there was like an off-duty fire brigade team on the bridge, like literally 100 yards in front, and the gaffer there was saying to him, "Look, you stay here long enough, there'll be an accident. You'll see it." It was an accident hotspot, and then like,
Oh, really?
bang, like they saw it right in front of them. So they were there, the air ambulance down and everything. I was gutted because I didn't get a ride in the air ambulance. So, but yeah, it's all good, And so I ended up leaving Russ, and just started a career. I worked for Eon for 11 years, so because they had a place in Rayleigh at the time.
Mm-hmm. Eon, yeah?
Yeah,
So you went off
power gen.
Yeah, you went off window cleaning.
Yeah, I went off window cleaning. I fucked my knee up and that a little bit. Nothing too major, but I was like, it's time to start actually focusing on a career and stuff. So did that.
Was this shortly after that accident?
Yeah, pretty
so
much.
Do you think that kind of put you off a little bit?
Yeah, it did. So
Had a bit of bad taste in your mouth about it, sort of thing.
Yeah, and I was like, look, I had a bit of a scare. Let's get my life together and actually start doing something rather than earn a couple of £100 window cleaning. So But yeah, it was always good money and I always loved it. So built up a good career. Worked for Eon for 11 years. Got headhunted to one place. I worked well. Got headhunted somewhere else. That didn't go so well. They ended up making me redundant. Got somewhere else. Worked there for about nearly 2 years, and then got made redundant just as COVID was ending. So got a nice little payout out of them. So which was quite nice. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was looking for another job, same sort of industry and stuff. But yeah, I started working with this other guy out of Chelmsford. So yeah, and I just picked it up just to have some money coming in.
Yeah.
While I was looking for something else, and just fell back in love with it, to be honest. So yeah,
And then you started up on your own just after COVID finished.
Yeah, so COVID finished. I got made redundant, and I started working with this other guy out of Chelmsford, ACS window cleaning, and it was all good. But he had a franchise thing going on, so I was like, do you know what? Like, it sounds all right to me. Like, I've had a bit of cash in the bank. I was like, I need to sort of get back into proper working because I weren't earning enough from where I was. So yeah, so I decided to franchise up with him, which worked quite well. And that was probably about a year and a half after that. It started to go a little bit. We just weren't seeing eye to eye on stuff. So
how did that? Sorry, just to interrupt you. How did the franchise model work? So you bought into his brand.
Yeah, so I bought into his brand. It was my van, but sign written with his, and he gave me all the customers.
So he provided the work.
Yeah,
and
he
then you
provided
gave
all the
him a
work.
percentage.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave him a percentage of everything. So, look, great guy. We just didn't see eye to eye on stuff in the end. So, yeah, we decided in the end to kind of start phasing out. So Christmas, 3 years ago now, 2.5 years ago? Yeah, because I started Glisten January 2.5 years ago. I was still at the franchise at the time, and so we just decided to grow Glisten. He wouldn't let the franchise grow past a point, and I could get the work done in 3 days and just sit and twiddle my thumbs at the end of the day. So I had the bug then. I was like, look, I had like contract experience, I had management experience. I was like, in my previous career, I was managing like £8 million worth of work. But so I was like, I can make something of this. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just didn't want me to grow any further.
You was on two different paths.
Yeah, it was on two different paths at the end of the day. So yeah, I started Glisten and didn't really look back, to be honest. So first couple of months, I didn't really do much. It was just like a couple of little like magazine adverts, had like a couple of odd jobs coming in, nothing major. But then in the April, I hit my first sort of canvassing hit. So I probably only had like 15, 20 jobs at the time.
So you obviously done window cleaning from the beginning.
Yeah.
Do you do any other services other than the remit of window cleaning?
Just what pretty much everybody else does. Got fascia soffits, cladding, conservatory roofs, like all the standard stuff.
Pressure washing.
Yeah, I don't do pressure washing or roofs. I enjoy. I've done some pressure washing. I enjoy it, but it's something I kind of want to do properly. I want to go out, do like that proper training and get it. But the time just hasn't like we've been growing at a rate and putting so much money into the business in other areas that I just haven't had the time to go and do it. It'll probably be something I'll do later. But
talking about your growth, so did you say you're running for 2 years or 3 years?
2.5 years now. So it was the January 23. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we're looking at about 800 customers, aren't we?
Yeah.
And you said it's predominantly, 99% of it is from canvassing.
Yeah.
So how does that look in terms of like the campaigns that you've ran?
So the first year I used Kingdom twice. So I used them in the April. That was my first big hit with them. I think I pretty much did their minimum order, which I think was about £1,000 or something at the time. And just booked them in for one day for £1,000 worth of work. Nice and easy. They came down, we had a quick chat about our pricing structure and everything else, and they just like, they go bananas.
Mate, they done it in a day.
Yeah.
How many people were there?
They got 1,200 quid's worth of work that first day.
How many people? Was it a minivan that pulled up?
I think they have like 2 cars.
It's got to be more banded, isn't it?
He has a team, yeah. Like, they're everywhere.
Mate, that's
But
insane.
It's a numbers game at the end of the day. Like, I've done canvassing on my own. Like, some days you'll hit a great day. Some days you'll hit a
Flat on
crap
his
day.
face.
It's Luke, isn't it?
Yeah, Luke.
I
Yeah.
can just imagine Luke's like office is a bit like Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, totally,
They're all
mate,
just
yeah.
like geeing each other.
Luke does window cleaning as well.
Oh, does
Like,
he?
he has a window cleaning. He has a small window cleaning business as well. But he predominantly kind of focuses on the canvassing side of it. So,
It's just-
if anyone's ever spoken to Luke, I always describe him to someone who's never met him as he's a great guy, but he can sell snow to a snowman. He's just an out and out
There's
salesperson.
levels to it now.
Yeah. He's a great guy. I've had no issues with him. He's always been honest with me about everything. So yeah, it's always worked really well. Like, I got 1,200 quid's worth of work in like day one. So
Mate, that's just like
yeah,
he's like Thanos, isn't he?
yeah.
Like, imagine clicking,
It's
you've got
like
1,200
that.
quid like that.
Yeah, it's mad. But that's the thing. When you come out with a team, like, you're gonna have a couple of them have a bad day or they hit a bad patch, but they'll put them in like teams in different areas and they'll just all hit. So like one may hit a bad patch, but the rest of them all hit.
So he's
the
rocked
work
up
comes
on
in.
day one. He must have blown your socks off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was he like, mate? Stay here. Do me next month as well.
I loved it. I loved
Couldn't
it.
have-
But it like, if anyone's ever booked it, like, he books months in advance. Like,
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so like, you book for that day, and that's the day he gets the work he gets in. So with him, you just pay a deposit, and then you pay like the balance based on what is brought in at the end of the day. So that's what I like about canvassing, is you know what you're going to get for your expenses. So like, I know exactly how much work I'm going to get for the amount of money I'm putting in. Like, I don't think there's any other medium that you can kind of guarantee that kind of return. Like, I know you guys do a lot of Facebook ads and stuff like that.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you know you're going to walk away with £500 round or £1,000 round.
Yeah,
Like,
I know I'm sticking $5,000 down, and I know I'm getting like 1,500 quid's worth of work back.
Yeah.
Like, I know what's going to happen. So it's quite, and I've got a lot more experience in canvassing now, because we've built the whole business on it. So you have to kind of make sure that you structure your process. It's not all about the canvassers getting the work in. It's the process from when they've signed that customer up on the door to you making sure you get there and clean them. So for us, we have like a templated letter and a templated text and an email. So as soon as they come in, like, they go on the system, they get a welcome text and a welcome email straight away saying, look, we'll be coming to clean your windows next week. This is us. This is like, we're a family-run business. Because my wife works with us. My wife's a window cleaner as well. So, and my father-in-law works with me as well. So proper family-run business.
family-run,
Yeah,
yeah.
proper
That's
family-run.
awesome.
So, but yeah, so like, we have that process in place. They always get a text. They always get an email straight away. Like, it weeds out them first couple that have that. Oh, God, I've spoke to the wife and actually I've changed my mind, because it happens. You get a couple that make different excuses up. So, but it's part and parcel of. But you got to remember, it's your job to keep that customer from them signing up. So if you take your foot off the gas, they're going to go pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we have that, and then when we go, we always knock on the door. We always welcome ourselves. Like, we always try and be a face first and foremost, because they haven't seen us yet. They've had some random guy knock on the door and sell them window cleaning at the end of the day. So we introduce ourselves, we say hello. I try and always do it with the missus as well. It works pretty nicely. Working with, like, having a lady window cleaner is a bit rare. So that works quite well. They knock on the door, go, hi, I'm Dan, this is Emma, it's my wife, like this is our business. Welcome to us. We have like a little A5 printed letter that we have. It's all like professionally done and everything else. It explains more about the business, all the other services that we offer, all that sort of stuff. So how they can pay, nice and simple. So they get that. There's no excuses then for them not knowing.
Mate, it's like a proper experience, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to have your process right. Like, you can't mess around with it.
Who did you learn that off?
So Luke has a similar sort of process. He always says to anyone who kind of comes on board, this is like a template text. Make sure you send it to the clients when they come on board. And we took that, adapted it for us. Like, we make sure that we text them, we make sure that we email them. I always like to get emails because we just email invoice everyone as much as possible. It's just try and I started the business knowing we want to be professional. And you've got to start a business knowing where you want to be, or ultimately where you want to be. And I always knew we wanted to be a professional business, so I set it up in a professional way. All my flyers were like professionally done. Nothing was like just off the back. Nothing just like, you see loads of these window cleaners who just print off like a little A4 sheet of loads of stuff and then just like cut them at home and this is my slip.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah. So it's great if you want to be a window cleaner that just works for you. As you do your couple of jobs, go down the pub, like fine. You know your lane. That's fine. But I knew I didn't want to be in that world. I wanted to make something. So yeah, that's where we're at. So it's all good. But that first year we spent I did another hit with Luke, but it was a bigger one. We booked him out for 3 days, and they got, I think it was $4,500 worth of work in them 3 days.
So it's a big jump from the first one.
Yeah, big jump. So
how did you handle? Was your wife and is it your father-in-law?
Yeah,
working with you at that time.
No, my father-in-law wasn't working with us at that time. I had another guy working with us at that time, so he was kind of working with me because I was that first year we still had the franchise and Glisten.
So how difficult was it for you to implement the $4,500 a month's worth of work?
That was a tough couple of weeks.
Yeah,
that was just head down, keep going.
Just a couple of jobs every day, or whatever, on top of what you were doing. What we ended up doing, like I wouldn't recommend it. It's definitely a mistake that we made. Was we just kind of pushed back our regular work a little bit and just focused on getting all that new stuff in, getting it clean, getting it done and dusted. So that's actually quite a good idea, though.
Yeah.
If you can do a full day of first cleans, right?
Yeah, we had
12,
like 2 weeks. We had 2 weeks of full days of first clean.
Yeah.
It was just like first cleans. I like a first clean. I love that.
Not that many.
Not that many. I love that before and after. But yeah, it's a tough graft.
Yeah, I think adding
$4,500
a month's worth of work.
Yeah,
for anyone, it's going to be difficult, whether you've got 10 staff members or one.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. You've got to have that. You've not got to have that onboarding process in place. You've got to think about how I'm going to manage that work when it comes in. If you are going to do a hit like that, make sure you're prepped for it. And if you're not, break it down. Like maybe do like separate bookings or like move it over a smaller period of time. That's my only real negative, I would say. I've had great experience with, because it was Kingdom Canvassing we used on that first one, and Luke. I've had great experience with them. I can't really knock too much. Like, yeah, the work's dropped off.
I think that's a canvassing fact, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily specific to them.
You are going to lose more
Yeah.
through canvassing than you would through someone just not like picking you up off the street.
Yeah. Have you used any other canvassing companies?
Yeah. So the year after, I didn't use Kingdom last year, so 2024. A wind clean friend of mine, he decided to sell up his round and everything else. I bought a little bit of work off him. He worked in Colchester. He decided to set up a canvassing firm himself, phoned me up, and I was like, yeah, look, let's go for it. I'll be your first client. We'll crack on. Mm-hmm. So I think that started about February, March time. Worked really well. Just the work just kept coming in. And it was a much nicer way to do it for us.
Is it like a consistent?
Yeah, because
rather
it was
than a
one
big
guy
hit?
going out. Like there was a consistent flow, and I could say, because I run around like this week I'll be in Southend all week, and like next week I'll be Shoebury, Rochford all week. Mm-hmm. So I could just say to him, look, I'm in Southend next week, like all this week, go and hit Southend, and then just say to him, when you sign them up, they're in the area next week.
Yeah.
You will get clean next week. I can't tell you what day because it depends where you fit on the round, but you will be clean next week. So it worked really well for us because we would just get them customers coming on board throughout the week. We'd message them all saying we're coming next week, and then we'd just hit them, put them into the round where they fit.
Yeah.
So and then every day we'd have like 3 or 4 first cleans to do. We wouldn't have like big hits.
Yeah.
Like it's a much more manageable process for us at the size we're at. I get like if you're a like 5-10 van company, like you can maybe like carve out a couple of days and hit $4,000 worth of work coming in quite easy, but we weren't set up for that at the time. So
it was 4 and 8 or 6 and 12?
4 and 8. We do a little bit of 12 weekly, but not a lot.
Yeah.
So
and you mentioned just now that when you do your rounds, you'll be for a whole week. You'll be in one area.
Yeah.
So then presumably you do each area once every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
How do you find that works with, say, someone's seen you, seen your van in the area for the week, and then they call you on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then you're saying to them, well, I'm not back there for another 4 weeks now.
Yeah.
Do you make them wait, or do you find time to fit them in?
It depends, really. Because I actually have it set up as 2 separate rounds because Phil's my father-in-law. He runs one round, which is a bit more central, and mine's a bit more on the outskirts of everything that we do. But ultimately, we just go round in a circle all the time.
Right.
So, like he'll do he's got a week where he's got Wickford and Rayleigh, but then his week after is in Lee and Benfleet and stuff. So he's not a million miles away.
Right. So you could sort of squeeze someone in if you needed to.
So I tend to talk to him and say, look, we've just finished your area. We can fit you in Monday, Tuesday. Your next clean, it's up to you, but your next clean will be like 3 weeks or it'll be 7 weeks. You decide. I'm not going to push you to be 3 weeks. I'll leave that completely up to them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then they just, I explain that you just drop into the round where we are, and then you're every 4 weeks running from that. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. Like sometimes I make them wait. If it's like if they phone me up and I'm not there for 2 weeks,
there's not much you can do.
Yeah, there's not much I can do. I'm not going to run from one area to another for one job, but generally just have an honest conversation with people. And
I think 2 weeks is a reasonable amount of time. Yeah. I regularly have new customers wait 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just unlucky, innit, if they have to wait 3 weeks sometimes.
But I find if you're honest and you talk to them about it, 95% of them are going to be absolutely fine.
Yeah. I think they get it, don't they?
Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, we're running a business.
And if someone's being real arsy about it, chances are they just want one clean and then they're going to cancel anyway.
Yeah. The ones that are arsy about it all, they don't ask.
No.
So we all know the good customers from the bad ones. At the end of the day, the bad ones don't last forever. So
did you say that when you said that fella started in like April, start of the year, you know, the one who sold his company? And said, and you was his first customer. Did you take him on as in like, was he working with you like a couple of days a week for a whole summer, or was it just a one-off thing?
He worked with me. He ran his business for about 8 or 9 months. It went bang in the end, unfortunately for him. But his model worked for me because he had like a good guarantee period on it. And we just had him pretty much booked out for 3 days a week, week in, week out in the end. So
yeah, solid.
Yeah, it worked really well that year, pretty much with him alone, or like he ended up taking on staff and stuff like that. So with either him or one of his sort of team, we grew, I think it was about 120k that year. So
with all the drop off and everything.
With all the drop off and like he had a guarantee period on everything of 6 months. So if it dropped off, just came off the bill on the next month. So
mate, how solid is that?
Yeah,
that's incredible.
It worked really well.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I don't think that business model worked like scalable. It worked well for him, but to pay people and earn a bit out of it, I don't think that model worked very well in the end.
Was that the downfall, cash flow with him?
Yeah, I think so. Unfortunately, and it all went a little bit wrong. I still talk to him.
Mate, he would have been busy after this.
So is he still canvassing now?
No,
himself.
No, he's fallen on some hard times, bless him. But I still talk to him. He's back window cleaning and stuff, and he's getting back on his feet slowly.
Yeah, go again. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, like we had built up a good relationship. Really, like I spent a lot of money with him in the end. I think so. It worked. I think I spent.
It's easy to have a good relationship with someone you spend a lot of money with, innit?
Yeah, no, that's it. But like it worked out mutually beneficial. Like my business grew hand over fist.
So when you've got a company that's grown on canvassing, right?
Yeah.
Would you then still put the leaflets through the doors 3 each side or 5 each side, or would you not bother?
I'd love to have time for it.
Yeah,
but I just don't. I ain't got the time. Like I do on occasion. There's a new build estate in Rochford, and I've got a handful of jobs on there, and they're still building it, and it's a lovely little estate. And one of my customers moved from Rayleigh onto that estate, and they lived on they've just moved right bang in the middle of a little 5-block terrace. So I was like, do you know what? I've got a little bit of time, so I just knocked them a couple of doors while I was there. One of them actually signed up today, so I was like, results.
That's blinding, yeah.
But I'd love to have time for it. I just don't, unfortunately.
And then, because I always find it interesting, I mean, especially the way I advertise is obviously Facebook, like social media and all the rest of it, and couple of small leaflet campaigns. But then I think with canvassing, because obviously someone's there and on the doorstep, I know the only thing you don't know is who answered the door and who didn't.
Yeah.
But so then would you go back and then leaflet drop that area, or would you?
Not really. No. I'd like to, but it's not really.
Have you done any leaflets?
I do have leaflets, but I don't really get them out as often as I'd like to. So where that company went bust in the end, one of his guys who was working for him, I spoke to him over Christmas and I had him working directly for me this year actually for about 3 or 4 months. He found another job in the end, and but he wanted to work with me part-time. So we did something a little bit different in the end. Because most canvassing companies, and I get it, they're not going to drop your leaflets through doors. They're not going to be your leaflet company at the same time.
Yeah.
But where I directly employed him, he did a bit of that as well. So he just basically had a stack of my leaflets with him, and every door he knocked, if no one answered, he just stuck a leaflet through.
Yeah, totally.
So didn't really get much out of it, unfortunately.
It's a numbers game, leaflets.
But yeah, it is a numbers game. So it helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
I found actually it was more of a hindrance for him than a benefit, because
slows you down.
But that, and he had leaflets in his pocket. So when someone answers the door and they're a little bit unsure,
give him one.
They're just like, oh, can I just take a leaflet? And it's like it just kills that that sales conversation. So you just got to hide them in your back pocket or something, I suppose, if you're going to do it that way. But so that's what I do. I've been out, done little days canvassing here and there when I get a chance, go and knock on some doors.
Good response.
Good successes. Yeah. I think for me, I would say on average you're going to pick up a job every hour to hour and a half on your own with door knocking. So it gives you a good kind of rule of thumb as to what you're going to pick up. So you go.
How many doors do you reckon you knock in an hour if you're looking at one?
I would say something like 75 to 100, maybe a little bit. Like depends on the roads, and the houses and the driveways, and some of them you can spend 30 seconds up and down each door. It's a long old slog.
You reckon about 1 in 100, you're comfortably close.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think it's a good little number. But canvassing, you do have a higher drop-off rate. People are going to drop off quicker. It is a bit of a downfall for it, but I went through my numbers before I took on the guy in the start of the year, because I had 2 years of big canvassing growth. I was pretty much up to £185,000 a year at that point, 750, 800 customers at the time. So I had a lot of customers on book, most of them canvassed or just sort of recommend a friend or something. But everything I put on my system, I flag where it's come from. So I know that it's a canvas customer. I know what company's canvassed it or whatever. I know if it's come from a referral or whatever. So I went back through all my data before I took him on, just to make sure that what I paid him would work, and that knowing what the drop-off rates would be and stuff like that. So I've probably there was 1,100 customers I had either in and out of my books over sort of 2.5 years from canvassing. So it's a good sample size, and I broke it down from when they came on board to when they suspended, or if they didn't suspend or whatever. And I broke it down and I just put it into 30-day pots. So month 1, I would lose 25%.
It's the biggest month of drop-off, month 1,
But that they may get cleaned, they may not. I didn't break it down into that kind of detail, but they may have had their first clean or not. But within the first 30 days, you're going to lose 25%. So it is what it is. Month 2, I lost, what was the numbers? 7.5%. Month 3 was 4%, and then it just dropped down to like 1%. So which is then pretty bog standard numbers for the rest of us.
Does that end up about 33%, about 35%?
Yeah, about 35% in the first 3 months.
And then it plateaus.
Yeah, and then it kind of just plateaus out. Once they've had 3 or 4 cleans out here, they know whether they're going to stay.
Just become like a normal.
Yeah, they're just a normal customer then. But you've got to take that into account when you're going to do a canvassing hit. You are going to lose probably a third of it in the first couple of months.
This is the only issue I have with canvassing, especially with like Kingdom, for example. I inquired with them a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I just think at 3.5x plus the VAT. I mean, I'm VAT registered, so the VAT doesn't really come into it, but 3.5%, 3.5 times, when you take into consideration 35% drop off over 3 months, so it's becomes more like 5, 6, 7x.
Yeah, you've got to know the numbers, and I think that's kind of what I wanted to make sure I get across here was like, yeah, you're going to go for a canvassing company, fine, but you can go for a cheap firm and pay 2x, and you might lose more. They might not turn up. I've had some bad experiences with some canvassing companies. I booked one guy out for a week. He turned up, did a day and a half, couldn't hit the numbers that he's used to hitting wherever else he always did it. Gave up and went home.
That's one way of dealing with it.
That sounds like me every time I go to canvass.
I'm like, canvassing's hard. You're going to have your good days and your bad days, but he just had a day and a half of bad and just gave up on it and walked away. It was Rayleigh actually, he canvassed for the most part, and I've got to say Rayleigh's always been the hardest hit for canvassing. Always. Really? It's a real tough
Luke
nut
did
to
say that to me as well.
Rayleigh's
the hardest, a really hard area.
Anyone I've put on Rayleigh's just struggled. Really, really. I've got a lovely round on Rayleigh, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's a real tough nut to crack door. I don't know why. No. Basildon's the same. I've had some really great days canvassing.
I do really well on Facebook with Basildon.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why. And they're half decent customers.
Yeah. Basildon's a big area. There's some window cleaners who just clean Basildon. Week in, week out, and they have a round just on Bas.
Yeah.
I can believe that. It's enormous, mate.
Yeah. There's a lot of chimney pots in there.
Yeah. But there's some good and some bad customers in Basildon. It's one of them areas.
There's some real shitty houses in Basildon.
There's some.
The amount of ones we've got where you've got to like park on the road, walk your hose across like the communal green in the front. Then you got to drive around the back, and it's like you're going onto the main road down and then back through a different road. Yeah, and it's like it's not worth 20 quid this way.
No, like that is like what I would say. Some of the pitfalls of canvassing is you don't know exactly what customer you're going to get.
Yeah,
like you can have conversations and say, like, "Oh, can you avoid this area or that area?" Like we all know there's some estates or some roads and stuff, and you turn up and you're like, I ain't getting paid for this. I know I'm going to clean this, and I ain't going to hear from this person again. Yeah. So, like,
I had someone in Basildon actually. A little funny story. I cleaned her first clean. She signed up to go cardless, so I weren't overly concerned. Anyway, you know when you clean a bit of bird poo off, and the bird poo was so sunny, and she had that reflective glass, the lining to stop the heat coming through. So it was like a mirror. So I couldn't see that there was still the shadow of the poo still. You could really see it from the inside. We couldn't see it from the outside. I said, no worries, I'll come back and re-clean it for you, not a problem. On the day that I came back to re-clean, she cancelled her direct debit.
I mean,
so the initial payment hadn't come out, and I'm going, do I even turn up?
Do I take this risk?
I did go and clean it.
Did you mention it?
No, she weren't there.
She was on holiday, wasn't she?
Did you get the money?
She was on holiday. No, I haven't paid yet.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it on a podcast.
Yeah, and I remember that. You know, I don't mind
getting knocked.
I don't mind getting knocked if there's a genuine reason.
Yeah,
but when you've signed up to go cardless and you've cancelled it the day before the money's coming out, and made me come back and re-clean the window.
Twice.
Yeah,
she's getting a CCJ letter, mate.
Yeah, there's some. I don't mind losing 20 quid.
No,
I really don't care. It happens.
Yeah, it's part of the work.
Yeah, it's part of the work. But there's some customers that. They get you.
If you take the piss with me, I'm gonna be stubborn and I'm gonna take you to court.
I'm not giving it up. I've got one. I turned up. His gate was locked. Cleaned the front. Knocked. Didn't answer. Knocked. Didn't answer. did like next door, came back, knocked, didn't answer. I could see there was in. I was like, fine, whatever. Like left. It was £20 house, nothing major, but like I have a minimum charge of a front of 15. Well, it's actually more like 16 or 18. But if it's a house that I generally do the whole, I just charge them £15. And he texts me like, "What are you charging me £15 for?" He was only here 5 minutes. I was like, "That's not the point."
Yeah.
And he said he refused to pay me. He said like, "I'll just come and collect it next time," because I was doing the house like next door but one. So then like, fine. I don't do door knocking for collecting cash, but I'm literally next door but one. So I knocked on his door and he's like, "Nah, not paying you." I'm like, what are you on about? He's like, "No. Like, you've asked me to come back so you can pay me."
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't know I'm doing next door but one, I could have made a special trip for this.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
And like, "No, I'm not paying you." Like,
Mate, how awkward was that conversation?
Would irate me.
Yeah, I still like it's still on my book. Like he owes me since May. It's still on my book, and I'm still keep calling him. He's blocked my number, but we've taken on a friend who's doing her admin and stuff for us now. Like she started last week. It's a dream. It's a dream. And like I ordered her a phone and everything else. So I phoned him on that. He said, "I thought the missus sorted it." I was like, "No, mate, pay me now. I can take card." He's like, "No."
I'd just send him a CCJ letter, mate. You got to.
Yeah, I am.
Just out of principle.
Yeah, I don't care.
If he hadn't asked you to come back, you probably would have just dropped it, written it off.
It just completely jarred me the way it just tried to mug me, and I'm like, I can't let it go.
No,
my missus is like, just write it off. Just don't worry about it.
I had someone pay me today 6 months of chasing.
Wow.
Yeah.
It happens.
And the only reason I didn't let it go is it was £37 clean.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I was 20 quid, I would have written it off 3 months ago.
Yeah.
But it's 37
How often are you texting her? Or them?
Every week.
Every week.
Yeah?
I text every week.
Yeah. Just letting you know, like, I'm still alive and you still owe me money.
So I send them just the regular, like, reminder payment text, but then I send additional texts.
Yeah.
That's like,
bit more
we're
waiting.
still waiting for payment.
Yeah.
Obviously, I took her off the round a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it's like, we can't clean your windows next until, settled up. Not that we're going back there again.
Yeah. we all have that, don't we?
Yeah. So, yeah, but it's when they take 6 months to pay, and then they call you up and they're like, "Oh, I haven't seen you for a while."
Right.
But, yeah.
I wonder why.
I'll be back in 6 months.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why people don't. It's not like it's.
I think
not
they
like
just
it's a
look
couple
down.
of £1,000.
They look down. They just don't give a shit. Yeah.
No, I see. I don't think it's that. I just think they're arseholes. I think we're dealing with so many people.
It's like they're not paying their mortgage.
No. But like them same people wouldn't take their trolley back in a car park.
Yeah.
And that they would you've gone into like a place. You never get it in restaurants, but you get it in fast food gaffes, and the table looks like a bomb as it.
Yeah.
It's them sort of people.
Yeah.
It's just they're just being bad for the sake of being bad.
They're just terrible
But
people.
It's somebody else's problem.
Yeah, totally.
We're just the window cleaners. They're just the cleaners who've got to clean that up. That's their job. I don't care.
No.
Mate, calling you back is.
I think that's the only downside of having a business where you've got multiple vans, because people look at you like you can afford to lose the money, I think.
Yeah.
And they're more likely to take that. Since we got our second van, it's happened way more.
Yeah.
It very, very rarely happened before.
I think for us, same as you, like we started as we wanted to be. Like we started as professional business.
Yeah.
Like got the logo right, got the branding right. We weren't just whatever. Like we set up in the right way.
Yeah, and it's got its upsides.
It's got its upsides and
downsides, as well.
So
what's the driving factor for you?
For me, I would love to not be. I don't think I'd ever be off the tools, but I want to be off the tools as much as I want to be.
You want to choose to be on the tools.
I want to choose to be on the tools. Like
that's the way you want to word it. Yeah. Like
at the minute, my goal is 4 vans and like 350,000, 400,000 a year. Get to that, and I'll see where I want to be. But at that point, I think it's big enough that I can come off the tools, cover sickness, cover holiday, have my own little round, potter about. But if I want to fuck off to Spain for the long weekend with the missus, then I can. Like I want that flexibility, and the other point for me is I'm in the business at the minute. I'm not managing it. And if I break my leg, my business could kind of run for now.
I think they say with business, it's like a lot of the time it's external forces that drive you on.
Yeah.
So if you broke your leg, you would find a way that you would be hiring someone tomorrow.
But I want the business to be in a position where if I broke my leg, I don't have to stress about it.
Yeah.
Where at the minute, I could manage it.
Because it's a fairly big jump for you, right? Because your wife's the window cleaner as well.
Yeah.
So it's almost really you both have to come off the tools.
Yeah.
You can't be sending her out whilst you're with your feet up. Sure.
Like I don't send her up ladders. No. I don't get her doing anything risky. Like she wouldn't anyway. She hates it. But she goes out on her own. She's got her own van now. She loves it.
Just my personal question here, because I've just taken on my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And she's fine going up a ladder, but I don't think she wants to do it. How do you manage the jobs that she does so that do you have to make a mental note?
Yeah.
And it's like if you've got a round with 20 jobs, but 2 of them need a ladder.
Yeah. So my father-in-law, who runs the other part, he's started making notes now as to which jobs that my wife could do and couldn't do. And we've got, we've just taken on Tiff, who's a friend of ours, to do our admin and stuff for us. So it's a task for her in a couple of weeks to go through all the notes and stuff that we've just written on all the job sheets.
Yeah.
To just go like, every job's yes for me. If I can't do it, no one's doing it.
Yeah.
Phil will go up ladders, but same as sister-in-law. He'd rather not. He'll go up on some jobs, but anything that's a bit high, anything's a bit funny, he won't do it. So we've kind of got 3 levels of a job. Like either I'll do it, Phil will do it, or it's okay for him to do.
Yeah.
So we're just going to put like M yes, Phil yes, or M no, Phil no, or Phil yes, or whatever. And then we can just look at the notes when we're going through and we just know pretty simply. But we always put on notes, well, we try to, like ladder at back or don't forget the awkward window down the side or whatever. So we try and make our notes as best we can so that if I'm covering Phil's work or he's covering mine, we know what's going on. Because there's plenty of stuff now, which is really weird for me, that we've got work that I've had for a year and a half and I've never even cleaned it once. So...
Yeah, I find that weird.
Yeah.
Like when Elliot dislocated his shoulder and he was out for 5 weeks, I'm like, we've cleaned this job 3 or 4 times and I've never
you're
been
rocking
here.
up, you're like, where's number 38?
Yeah, can't find it,
Like, and I'm calling
you start, like, after you've done them a few times, you know the jobs, not properly, but you can pull up to a road and go, right, I'm going there.
Yeah.
But it's like doing first cleans all over again. It's like, it's tough.
We had one that was like a mid-terrace, and fortunately, because it looked like their windows were like either side of the door, but the 2 on the left were like black. Yeah. And the 2 on the right were clean. So I knocked and I said, look, I haven't cleaned your property before, but I'm pretty obvious. It's pretty clear ones? These ones. I just wanted to double check. Yeah. Because otherwise I need to have a word with Elliot because something's gone terribly wrong. She was like, yeah, it was all good in the end. But yeah, it's funny.
It's a tough old thing. I haven't touched the Basildon work for well over a year. My wife does it with Phil every now and again, and she loves it. She loves all that work.
My Basildon work is some of the quickest work we do.
Yeah.
You're in and out so quick. They're smaller properties.
Yeah.
You get a minimum charge, which is really quite well paid when you consider the size of the property because it's a minimum charge. And I can do 15 jobs by 1 o'clock some days in Basildon.
I love it. I love them minimum charge, them 20 quid jobs.
Yeah, I much prefer
if I could have a round of all 20 quid 1-2 bed houses on a new build estate. It's just you're like 5 minutes in and out, and it's like the only problem you have is the customers phoning up going, "How quick were you?"
we had that exact problem the other day. 6 minutes he was at the job.
Oh, you said this, didn't you?
Yeah.
What's the tell us through? Walk us through, Dan, the structure of working on your own, then hiring. Who came first, your wife?
So when we had the franchise, he had another franchisee that left.
Yep.
And there was like a big chunk of work going back into his business that was too much for him to take on. His other franchisee was busy, So I was like, look, I could take it on. Em wants to give it a go. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But like, at least even if I take it for a little while, it's a bit of a stopgap, and we can all work out what we're going to do. So that's when Em started with me. She doesn't really, she won't look back. She worked retail before, and it is a little bit of an ongoing joke that I say to her, like, don't mess about. I just
You're going back down there.
Go back to Sainsbury's. She's like, no, please don't send me back. Like, she hates it. Like, she won't go back. She absolutely loves it.
It's good. It's good that she loves it, because it's not a great job, especially in the winter.
It's tough working with your missus. Like, we have a bit of a rule, like, we don't work together more than 3 days in a week. Like, now she's got her own van, it's much easier. Yeah. But before we bought that third van, it was a bit tougher.
How much work is she getting done a day on average?
On her own?
Yeah, on her own.
Like, she'll smash a £400 day, no problem.
That's brilliant.
But she does have like the easier work. But like she works as quick as me.
Yeah.
Like, there's no difference in our speed. It's just I can do more awkward shit.
Yeah,
I can do like higher stuff and bits and pieces. But
Yeah.
other than that, like you stick us both on a little one bed on an estate, we'll both finish at the same time. She flies around it. So yeah, she does a great job. And so we have one other sort of staff member, which is just an absolute godsend for us, because obviously my wife works in the business. I've got 2 kids. Like during the 6 weeks and the holidays and stuff, the wife needs to take a bit of a step back. So we have a friend who's another lady actually. She works in retail, but she comes and helps us out. Like, it's a great little pressure relief valve for us.
Yeah.
If you have like a bit of a big week, like sometimes if you're 8 and 12, sometimes they will just hit at the same time, and you have a bit of a bigger week than you expect. So she'll come on board and do like a day or two. She's working this week, 'cause my father-in-law's off on holiday.
Oh, nice.
This week. So
she's in the van on the Waterford Pole.
Yeah, so actually it was my missus and her mate. So it's like 2 ladies in one van and me out in my other van.
I bet it's great though. Customers love it. I bet. Yeah.
Different, isn't it? It must be so different.
We have picked up work just like walk-bys.
Yeah.
Just like ladies talk to ladies a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes.
They feel more comfortable, don't they?
Yeah.
What's your plan for the next 3 to 10 years?
So I always said I wanted 4 vans by the time I'm 40. I'm 38 now. So I've got a year and a half to get another van on the road. So, but the van we just bought, it isn't full yet. Like, we can fill that up.
Yeah.
So I've probably got to take on another 200K's worth of work. So pretty much doubling where I'm at.
Kingswood.
To hit that. So
Kingdom, sorry.
Yeah, I might use a bit of Kingdom, but I'll probably use a bit of a combination of like directly employing somebody and like Kingdom for them hits and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
just to boost it all up.
Yeah, but my plan past that is my growth plan. So I know you was kind of thinking like, how do I like fill up your vans and stuff that you got? My strategy for it in my head, I don't know if it's going to work, is to build up like around for me, take on somebody to work with me, like as a 2-man van. So I can train them up for 4 or 5 months with me, build that round up to 150K. And then once they're confident, I'm confident, chuck them in their own van, give them 100K's worth of work, keep the 50 for me, and then like
build up
rinse
again.
and repeat.
Yeah.
Like get it up to 100, take somebody on, get it up to 150, kick them out. So that way they're training with you, B, they're kind of working on the work anyway that they're going to be working on.
Yeah.
How long do you reckon it'd take you to get to 150 from 50?
I think I don't think there's any issue in taking on 150K's worth of work in a year.
So you'd have them in the van with you for a year?
Yeah. Well, getting from 100 to 150, like you could do a hit with Kingdom and just smash it straight away. But you can grow as fast as you want to grow. The only downside is it's a cash
expensive.
It costs whichever way you do it. Though.
Whatever you got to do, but I would say you're probably looking about 30% of your annual turnover you're going to have to spend to get that work in. So if you want 100K's worth of work, you're going to look at spending about 30K. But like, where else can you get a return on investment of 3 to 1?
Yeah.
Like in a year,
12 months, yeah.
And then like it keeps rolling past that. It's not.
Yeah.
I think it's a great game. Like
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, you do lose work, and it does, but
you're always going to lose work, don't you?
yeah.
as long as you're adding.
Window cleaning, it's an industry that won't die.
Yeah,
there's no way. I'm losing 800 customers in a heartbeat.
No,
that is going to take a long time to just die a slow, painful
That's very
death.
true, yeah. That is very true.
You need to do something really wrong to lose in the window cleaning game, I think.
After my father-in-law died, even 6 months later, where he hadn't cleaned anything for 6 months, he still had like a good amount of customers waiting for him to turn up.
Yeah.
So it's like, you could literally stop for 6 months and you wouldn't lose.
As long as you do a half-decent job and you actually turn up when you say you're going to turn up.
Yeah.
You do the simple things right.
I think some customers, you don't even have to do a good job as long as you turn up when you say you're going to turn up.
No, that's it.
They prefer the reliability over the quality.
Yeah, for me, it's an industry that it's unparalleled.
Yeah.
It's going to be tricky. Like you hit like the 10, 20 van stage. Like you need to kind of manage them losses a little bit more.
I think it becomes
1% for me is like 5 to 8 customers a month. It's not deadly, but
I think the problem comes when you've got to start dealing with more. So have you got an office at the moment?
No.
So that's where it becomes.
I'd love to.
So where your profit margins are great, they get smaller.
Yeah.
So then, like, you might have to up your minimum charge or start charging a little bit more, which then becomes harder to get new customers and easier to lose customers because
you're easily under.
Some
you're much
guy will
easier
come along
undercut.
and go, you're being charged 28. I'll do it for 22.
Yeah.
And like,
some customers don't care about saving £2, but they'll care about saving a tenner.
Yeah.
So
the amount of customers I have who don't pay stop having their windows cleaned because they can't afford their mortgage is mental.
Yeah.
What, they genuinely said that to you?
I've had 3 people say like their mortgage rates have gone up, so they're cutting, like they're reining it in, so they've cancelled their 20 quid window clean.
Yeah, it happens, but
I don't think that's true. I think they've found someone cheaper, but
like for me, I think I'm similar sort of pricing to you.
Yeah.
For my stuff, and I would say 1 to 2% is my churn rate
mine's much higher than that.
But of my longer standing customers, 6 months plus, it's 1 to 2%.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I think, to be honest, if I was cheaper, I think it would probably be better. But you got to weigh them pros and cons, and I know where I want my business to be.
I think you're always better off doing.
I'm pricing the right way for
less
where I
work
want to be.
for more money.
Yeah.
Than you are doing more work for less
I don't
money.
want to be a busy fool. I'm busy enough as it is.
No, there's something when I was much more expensive. So like a 3-bed semi for me was like 25 quid.
Yeah.
On a 4-weekly. And when I decided I wanted to really start pushing, I actually dropped my prices slightly.
Yeah.
So that come down to £22, which compared to a lot of people is still good money or expensive. But I saw a massive change in uptake.
Yeah.
But a huge uptake in churn rate as well.
Yeah.
So I think the people that are happy to pay 24 aren't so concerned about saving.
You
the
do
money,
the customers
25.
that end up staying past them that 3-6 month period. They're generally not going to go anywhere.
No.
Short of a financial issue hitting them or them dying or moving, but it happens.
Yeah.
So I've had one of my customers move the other day. He moved 3 doors down the road. You can see the house is moving from and to from each other's doorways.
At least he's safe on removal costs.
Yeah, he's moving on Thursday. He's like, "Can you come in?" I was like, "I'm not in here."
You see him walking his settee down.
Yeah, he's been on hold for 2 months because he knew he was moving.
Yeah.
So and he's just phoned me up saying like, "We've got our date. Can you come and fit us in?" I was like, "I can come and fit you in this week." He's like, "Oh, we're moving Thursday. Like, can you come next week?" Like, I'm not in here, mate. He's fine. He's fine. He's lovely, but
3 doors down.
Yeah, literally 3 doors down.
To be fair,
I've had 2 like that.
I had a customer who lived in a flat that he rented, and he bought the flat next door.
Yeah.
So he literally they're above shops, so you go around the back to go up the steps. So he had to come down one steps up the other, and that was his moving. But the stairs are so close together. For most of the stuff, they just passed it.
Oh, I cool.
One of them stood on one set of stairs, one stood on the other. They just passed it over. Yeah, they moved in about 3 hours, I think.
Be interesting to speak to a removal firm to see what's the closest they've ever done.
Yeah.
They've done like literally 3 doors down. Someone's actually employed them to go, can you just move my stuff from there to there?
To move it. Well, I think they bring it all in as well, didn't they? Which is they probably do get that quite a lot, where it's maybe a couple of roads over.
Yeah.
Because they'll do the loading and the unloading.
There's a company, you lads probably seen it. I think it's called Motorbike SOS or Bike SOS. It's around here. It's local, and it's
red logo.
That's it. You got it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's got the globe on it. It's got the map of Europe on it on the side of the van, and it's a low loader, and it's for motorcycle delivery. And it like on the side of the motor, and it says, like we deliver a motorcycle to anywhere in Europe. You need to call us now. Like really pushing it. And I've come up to a set of traffic lights, and the geezer had his window open, and my window was open. And I went, mate, I said, where you going? I said, you just loaded up to go like Spain or somewhere. And he went, no, mate. He went, I'm going to Tesco for a sandwich. And I was like, that's the last time I ever asked someone. But like on the side of the motor was all the map of Europe. Like it looked unreal. I was like, he's got some massive journey ahead of him. And yeah, mate, the cheese roll.
So I think we touched earlier on the other services that you might add in the future, maybe a bit of pressure washing.
Yeah.
But we like to finish our podcast with a final question, and it's nice and light-hearted. But what do you do for fun when you're not window cleaning?
I actually play pickleball. If you've ever heard of it,
I have heard of it, but explain to people what it is.
So pickleball's kind of like giant table tennis. You tend to play it as doubles. Like when you go to the beach and you like buy that cheap bat and ball, and you get like that plastic waffle ball and like a paddle. You kind of play with that, but like much more high end. So,
and is it on a table, or is it like a squash court?
It's on a court. So you play on like a badminton sized court.
Okay.
But the net's kind of sort of hip height. It's like 38 inches, something like that.
Right.
So what does the paddle look like? Is it a ping pong paddle, or has it got a neck on it, like a squash racket?
It's like a bit of it's just a paddle. I
Yeah?
can't really. I've
Like the ones that they spank you with at the old BDSM place.
Mate, don't tell everyone about it.
Just one of them.
What's the ball meant to bounce or not?
Yeah, so like there's some weird rules like on serving and returning to start with, but like after that, like there's like a zone where you can't volley in.
So it's similar to like tennis.
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah. It's a bit of a like tennis, badminton, table tennis,
all mashed into one.
Interesting. But like it's massive, absolutely. It's growing mad.
I think I've seen they've got some.
I play in Southend, like
yeah, I'm sure they've
like
just opened some courts in Colchester as well.
Yeah, like good thing about that, it's not paddle tennis, because that's like it's a bit elitist actually. Weirdly, the paddle tennis, because you have to play in like an enclosed court that's specifically built for it.
Oh, maybe that's
like
what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, where pickleball, like you just play anywhere that's got a badminton court, which is pretty much everywhere now. So,
yeah. Is it a new thing, or is it?
No, it's pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
But like, it's one of the fastest growing sports in America and the UK and stuff. It's
wicked.
It's mad.
Cool.
What a strange old name, pickleball.
Yeah.
Would we know it as anything else?
No, I mean it's only known as pickleball. It was like invented in the States like years ago. But
Mate, crazy.
like it's a great game.
Yeah,
great game. Come and have a game with me. Like,
I'm going to go home and have a look on YouTube about like.
There's a couple of blokes in Southend who've just set up a new group, and they do like training and competitive days and stuff like that. Like, come have a game.
Yeah,
it's
mate, give us a shout. Yeah, we'll come down.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The unscorables.
You got anything else to add, Dan, before we wrap it up?
Yeah, do you know what? Just going back to your canvassing.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, is there any rhyme or reason to it? And do you sit down with a map and go, lads, I want you to focus in this area? Or do you just go like the whole of Rayleigh or like the whole of Southend?
I try and do it for where I'm going to be next. Especially if I'm going to do like a big Kingdom canvassing hit. But I haven't used Kingdom for about 2 years now, year and a half, 2 years. I'm looking at maybe using them again in the new year. Not sure yet. But I'll just discuss with them where I'm going to hit based on what date it is and where I'm going to be falling.
Right, okay.
So, but I'll try and book it in so that I've got a bit of a quieter week the week after, or work something out. So and then try and get them to hit that area. But when I did Kingdom for that second hit, and they got like 4.5 grand's worth of work, they just hit everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
They were just everywhere. So
you get like pockets of work.
But yeah, great thing about canvassing is you do get you can get some really condensed work. Mm-hmm. And as you're finding out, like yourself, like that transition from driving 5 minutes between a job to 2 minutes to a job.
I actually went canvassing today.
Makes the world of difference.
Yeah.
Makes the world of difference.
I actually had a woman start with me today for canvassing, and we went out and it was funny. Like the day was 2 halves.
Yeah.
So like I think we had probably 45 minutes, and it was just we got every no you could imagine.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's nothing we're doing. No. Yeah. But I was like starting to panic a touch, and I was like, right, jump in the motor. I was like, I've got to show her this is working.
Yeah.
And like, I'm falling flat on my face, and I was like, right, jump in the motor. We'll go around the corner, and we had a phenomenal response. Yeah. And it made sense as well. And it was a road that I've already got a house on.
Yeah.
And it was just like...
You got some yeses today, did you?
We got one signed up, and then we got 6. Unfortunately, I've learned a massive lesson, which you mentioned, and I'm glad you did, is when the door opened, we stood there with a flyer.
Yeah.
And it was game over.
Yeah.
Never. I've learned it now. Don't canvas with a flyer because they just say, lovely, I'll have one of them and I'll give you a buzz.
For me, I have an app on my phone. It's just just through Jotform. And page 1 is just capturing their basic details, name, address, and everything else. And then like page 2, I just put in like window cleaning, 4 weekly price, everything else. Hit done, and it emails them instantly. Emails them the quote. And I can put whether they've accepted or quoted, and it just sends them a different email. And if they've quoted, it just sends them their quote and says like, here's your quote. If you want to accept, let us know. But it all goes into a list, and I call them up a week later. Just go like, did you get the quote? Everything all right? Did you want to, like, we're in the area next week. Like, did you want to go ahead? And I just give everyone a call. And to be honest, out of the quotes, I'll probably pick up 20% of them. Like, just from...
On top of the yeses.
On top of the yeses, just from calling them. So I'm not hard sell, because it's my business. I'm trying to get them into me.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So if they're a little bit ummy and ahry about it, I'll just put them down as a quote and I'll phone them up. It's not a problem.
It's great though, isn't it? It makes total sense.
Yeah. That works absolutely for me, that form. And when I took somebody on to do the canvassing, that he used that. So, and it just logged everything straight away. Everyone got an email. Everyone got it in. It's perfect.
I'm glad it went well for you today.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, no, it was. But yeah, going back to it, I can totally see it. Like, if everyone that said that I'm Denard, or everyone that took a leaflet said yes, mate, it would have been insane. It would have been like probably £220 worth of revenue on one road.
And you walk up to the door, everything's filthy. You're like, oh, golden.
Yeah.
They open it up and they go, no, I don't want to win clean. You're like,
I always say this to people when
they're always the ones.
They say to me about if they're starting. I get a lot of people message me when they start pressure washing because of the YouTube channel I've done and stuff. And they said, "Oh, how do you get pressure washing work?" And I said, "Well, I always got it off of my window cleaning customers. That was the easiest way, easiest route." But I said, the easiest route for you is just to go knock on the doors. But never knock on the ones that are absolutely rancid, and never knock on the ones that are like not bad because they've had it done in the last year. You need to find the ones that look like they've had it done in the last 5 years, and they could be due now. So if they've got weeds up to your knees, walk away. And it's the same with windows. If they don't look after them, they ain't bothered. No, if they look like they might be due a clean,
totally.
You might be able to nick. The guy's not turning up regularly or something.
You're not, like your window sills are filthy. Like they're like 3 months, 2-3 months, and you're like, you could do with a clean. And like, no, I've got window cleaner. You're like, you sure?
Yeah, you ain't.
You ain't. But it is what it is. But no, it's all good.
Perfect. Right then. Thank you so much for coming down. We've had a great time. And
my pleasure.
Do you know what we say at the end of the podcast?
Well, I have forgotten.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I do listen, but
that's fine.
We'll say it and try and chime in.
Yeah,
that's it. Right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Ryan.
I've been Dan.
And this has been Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Remember,
stay cleaning.
cleaning.
He's got it.
Let's go play pickleball, boys.